This week we're going for a Vietnamese beef stew, bo co ho. It's a Vietnamese beef stew called bo co. Bo co ho. Merry Christmas. It's a Vietnamese beef stew called bo co. Ho ho ho, bo co ho. Merry Christmas. So we're going to start with a paste using some Thai shallots. They've been soaking in hot water just for sort of 10 minutes or so. And that just makes it a lot easier to peel. So once you cut them in half, it's nice and easy. So you can just roughly chop your shallots. This is all going to go into the pestle and mortar in a second, so it can be quite rough. If you're anything like my family, even on Christmas Day when you've had a massive meal, all you want to do is watch people cook food, then thanks for watching today. It's roughly chopped and then straight into your pestle and mortar. Joining those shallots, we've got a bit of garlic. This is a fair bit of garlic. This is really the base flavour for the whole dish. Again, roughly chopped. Straight in. And then got some bird-eye chilli. One chilli for me is enough, but if you wanted a bit more heat, then just add a bit more. Lemongrass, give them a good bash first. Perhaps warn your neighbours beforehand. Lemongrass can be quite woody, so you do want to bash it well before slicing into it. Some ginger. So really nice, fragrant paste. So much great citrusy flavour from the lemongrass. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just get this paste cooking and bring out all that fragrant flavour, that proper sort of bashing of the paste into that nice, smooth finish. Just bring out all the oils and the flavour from those spices. A little bit of oil. Enough to actually fry the paste well. Then you just want it on a medium heat to start. Now you don't have to use all of that paste. It does pack a lot of flavour into the dish. This is really what carries this stew throughout the next few hours. Like cooking a curry, you want to cook out the paste until that sort of rawness comes out. It should smell aromatic but not too grassy. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to cook the paste nicely. You don't want it to burn, but it's okay if there's a little bit sticking at the bottom of the pan. I'm going to add the beef next. You might add a bit more oil, but then once that's seared nicely and the rest of the spices go in, we'll then pour the stock in, and the stock will really lift everything off the bottom of the pan. This is Nat, one of our chefs.
Hi!
She's excited about Christmas too.
Yes, I love Christmas!
You're a Harry Potter fan, aren't you?
I am indeed.
It's very Christmassy, Harry Potter.
I know, it is.
Is it as Christmassy as a Vietnamese beef stew though?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Anyway, thank you, Nat. Great smile. A little bit more oil, and then your beef goes in. With the cut of beef, I quite like to use a secondary cut of meat. So like beef shin, or skirt, something like that. I have seen things like topside being used in Vietnam as well. So, you know, whatever you want, whatever's right for you and your stew. As long as you slow cook it, and it's got a little bit of marbling inside, it's a good bit of beef to use. I've seared that beef nicely now. So next is your spices. So there's a bit of Chinese influence in Vietnam. And this is the 5 spice, that's where that comes from. So 5 spice in there. Some cinnamon and star anise for added punchy flavour. Mix that through nicely. And the sweetness and the sort of spiciness or the heat from the cinnamon and star anise will work really well with that paste. You do want to cook that off like I am though, because you want to again bring out as much flavour from those whole spices and the 5 spices as possible. So I've just got that onto a low heat for now, just whilst I'm cutting my tomatoes. We can bring it up to heat again when I'm ready. The tomatoes will start to sort of form the base liquid of the stew. They can be quite chunky cuts because they're going to really sweat down. You can go straight in. So I pop that right up to a high heat now. And that's to create enough steam for the tomato juice to start sort of just coming out and creating its own stewing liquid. Cover that with a lid. Medium to high heat should do it. Give it a couple of minutes and then I'm going to add my stock. Last couple of bits of veg, my carrots and potato. Now, just rough chunks of carrot should do. And if you had any leftovers from your Christmas dinner, you could use your carrot and your roast potatoes for this type of dish as well and just put them in a little bit later into the stew. You know I don't like to waste any leftovers. I've got a couple of massive potatoes here, so I'm just going to use one of these. With the potato, you kind of want it to be a similar sized chunk to your carrot. So, my tomatoes and its juice has really come out nicely now. Smells delicious already. Chicken stock. Bring that to a boil. So the last thing you want to do before we just let that cook for a nice long time is just season it up. So I've got some fish sauce here. A little bit of salt and sugar. Go easy on the salt for now. You can always re-season again later. Sugar. 2 or 3 pinches of sugar. Give that a stir. And then we're going to let that simmer for about an hour and a half minimum, if not 2 hours if you can push it further, before I add the carrots and potatoes. And the carrots and potatoes later on will just help to thicken up that stew sauce. So after about an hour and a half or so, you can add your carrot and your potato. You want to cook that for at least another 30 minutes. So the starch from the potatoes will come out and just start to thicken that stew up. So this has been going for a good 2 hours or so. The longer this goes, the better really. So if you had sort of 5-6 hours, just keep stewing it away. That is super soft, melt in the mouth. And the potato just really works with it as well. The sauce is delicious. You get this really nice sort of lingering heat from the chili. Very, very natural dish. Barely any seasoning in it at all, because that's kind of cooked through over that time. I love slow cooking.